morning, Shoshana and Shelby. And I would like to share the 18 sonnets written by Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee? The most famous of all his sonnets that seems to me fits this scene like a glove. He was born in 1564. I was also born in a year that ends with 64. And he only lived till the year 1660, which makes him not very old, 52. Yet he wrote the most exquisite poems. And let us read the lines and then think about them. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometimes declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou hast. Nor shall death brag thou went'st rest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou grow'st. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Shelby, we are eternal. We are not eternal. It's interesting. I almost said we are eternal. We are mortal. We will die one day. And we will pass from this world. But what will stay forever are these immortal lines written so many centuries ago. And yet they are able to capture this beautiful summer's day. Now, where we live in our part of the world, summer is like, this lines would not have been written. Because here, summer is really like, it's always summer. There's a little bitty, tiny bit of winter, a little bit of rain, like monsoon rains. Horrible winters, by the way, very not romantic. Not like the European winters where you could sit in a coffee shop and watch the rain and just dream. Here, nothing seems romantic. This is not a romantic place, the Middle East. Not at all, even though the Romans have been here, occupied it, and contributed so much to this part of the world. But I think also characters, they probably sort of blended in with the locals sometimes, I think. However, this poem, written from this tiny island, England, Britain, you can call it. Depends on if you look at the little tiny island, or also in Scotland and Ireland. This poem was written in a place where the weather is dreadful. Last time I was in London, it rained every single day, and they have such beautiful parks. But when the weather is good, when the sun does shine, you enjoy it so much because you don't have so much sun. Here we take it for granted sometimes. Like, I take the ocean for granted. I mean, if I go to the ocean, I can't swim too much. Probably, when I was younger, I was very ambitious. Now I'm like, I'll swim a few minutes, float, sing, enjoy myself. Now it's too cold to swim. Shelby really loves the sand. The best thing that ever happened to this dog is the day she went on the airplane and for $100 and a schnitzel, and a kosher schnitzel, got to fly in the airplane to the Holy Land where the sun is shining most of the year. She suffered so much from the weather, from the neighbors who called the police night and day. And I'm being told that in Germany it wouldn't be different than where we lived. And I never even tried to live in England, to be honest. The longest I've ever stayed in England, what was it, 2 weeks? When I went to Scotland many, many years ago, many moons ago. I often thought to go back because there's so many things I do love about England. Great conversations. I follow a vlog I really love, with Elliot, and we have the same cats. And we share a lot. I share a lot with English people. That's the love of animals, this ability to enjoy the simple things, a cup of tea, a sunny day. Manners are probably not what I share, but I love their manners too. I wish there would be better manners here. Well, the British were here for a while, very, very short time, but they were here. They weren't very nice to their locals, the local Jewish population. However, my family always admired British culture. Always, always, always. And I am happy that I do master this language to some extent, anyway. I'm just enjoying the day. And I'm trying not to think about tomorrow and the next day and the next day. It's really important to enjoy the moment and to be outside as much as possible. Planning to take a cup of coffee nearby, not in this very expensive place that charges 10 shekels for milk substitute. Are you kidding me? You know, normally for a takeaway it's 5 shekels, which is dirt cheap, but then they wanted 15 shekels for soy milk. I mean, the whole thing cost 10 shekels. Definitely report it to the tourism board because they're supposed to be under control. And then this guy comes up to me, this guy from, let's say he's not from this region, and he says, we have to survive, we have to make a profit. Yes, when you have a dog, a Vislau, purebred dog by your side, when there are many, many mixed breeds here just looking for a home. And then he tells me how he needs to charge 10 shekels for soy milk. Anyway, I'm happy to report that the local cheap chain called Aroma sells coffee for 8 shekels with soy milk, doesn't charge 1 shekel more. So we're really enjoying our lives here. We may not be rich, we may not be the most successful people according to success defined in the talk shows of Dr. Phil or whatever American or Israeli criterion. We don't own land, we don't have a lot of inheritance to leave, but we have a lot of joy in today, and we're going to live today, and we're going to enjoy comparing our loved ones to a summer's day. The sand is really nice. Do you like the sand, Shelby? You enjoying the sand? And showing empathy to animals is the best thing you can do. Don't buy animals from a breeder. Take them from animal shelters, for God's sakes, or adopt them from the street. There's so many animals that don't have a home. When I think of our little Sammy, how he could have ended up looking through garbage for his next meal, dirty, ill, with a life expectancy of like nothing. So happy that we have our pets. So happy that this is what I'm investing in. I'm investing in this, and I'm investing in Shoshana, and Shelby, and Shoshana, and in Sam, and in feeling really good. And yes, it's not easy for me to fit in society, not here, not anywhere. And this is my native tongue. This country has the language spoken. The official language is Hebrew. Unofficially, you hear a lot of Russian, Arabic. I would prefer Arabic would be one of the official languages still. But I don't really relate to people here. Especially in this area, people are very driven by greed. Very much so. And the more you have financially, the more you want. And it's never enough. But look at this idyllic picture of these two girls, Shoshana and Shelby, enjoying a day at the dog beach. It's worth any money I could have earned today. And so I say thank you for all those people that allow me to spend my time on the beach, making videos, enjoying my life, and not thinking about tomorrow, next week, next year, old age. We're enjoying our life as it is. Love what it is, what is. This is the cutest picture ever. Peace, light, and love.